What's going on, gang? Welcome back into Lights Out Gaming. For those of you that are new here, my name is Mike, and what we are doing today is we are continuing the Tips and Tricks Thursday. If you haven't seen this series before, I go through some tips in the game to make you a better player, a better teammate, and overall just better at the game of Advanced Warfare or any Call of Duty for that matter. Today's video is actually brought to you by one of the subscribers, Blood Ransom. This one's for you, buddy. He posted in the comment section the other day, and he said, Mike, I'd really like to see a video on gun setups and effective score streaks. While I couldn't do both in one video, I did the effective score streaks, and what I actually did is I went in, I ranked every single score streak, number 12 through number 1, told you what attachments I like on those score streaks, and showed you examples of why. Let's get into it. Alright, so here we are, starting off with number 12. Number 12, I think we should all know what this is. The Recon Drone. I have no idea why this score streak was even put into the game. It is pathetic. I mean, you get it in sometimes care packages, things like that, and you cringe every single time you get it. I got some footage for you. I will never, ever, ever use it again. It is literally the worst thing in the game. I like the fact that it has support on it. I mean, I guess that's the positive of it, but we're not going to spend any time on there because it's just bad. Alright? Bad. Don't ever use it. We'll just end that there. Alright, moving on to number 11. Now, at the number 11 spot, a lot of people might disagree with this one, but it is the Goliath. I do not like this score streak one bit. Okay, I didn't use it very much because I am the type that goes around, and I'm a run and gun type player, and I play a lot of objective game modes, and if you play objective game modes and use the Goliath, you're going to watch right now. If you watched on screen, I looked at the tape, okay? When you call it in, that drop that you get, it literally, from the time I called it in to the time it dropped, I got in it and was able to start walking around, it was like 18 seconds. That is way too long to be out of a game of domination. And you could see the gun, it's not that powerful on that. So, like I said, if you're a team deathmatch player, I guess you could use it a little bit, but overall, I view this as a very, very, very bad score streak. It's not good at all. I don't recommend it, but if you do use it, go ahead and throw on the underbarrel or rocket, so at least it'll be a little bit better than the machine gun. Number 10. Coming in at number 10, you can see it's the XS1 Vulcan. Now, this recently got a buff, which when they come out with patches of the game and things like that, they buff things, they nerf things. Buff means they made it better. So they did make this better, but it's still pretty bad. I have it at number 10 because it takes way too long to you pull out your your little iPad or whatever it is to call it in. It doesn't burst right away. You have to wait for a good few seconds before it'll actually burst it. So I put in a few clips in here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Now, you might get 1 to 2 kills with it from here and there, but most of the time, you're just wasting a lot of time, and it also takes you away from the objective if you're playing the objective modes. If you're playing team deathmatch, it's not as bad. Even domination, it's not terrible because you might be able to knock them off objectives, but it takes you out of the game. And if you guys haven't learned by now, I just don't like things that take me out of the game. But if you are going to use this score streak, what I do recommend is that you put on an extra burst on there. Because most people will see you burst it, and then they'll think they're done. You could burst again. The number 9 score streak. That would be the remote turret. They nerfed this, okay? Most score streaks, I used to love the turret. This would have actually been probably top 5 as long as you had the right attachments on there. But now, I don't know if you know this, it is a one knife. If you knife it once or punch it once, it takes out the sentry gun. So it's not very good. You have to place it strategically. You have to hope people aren't using blind eye, and once they knife it, it's done. It's really not worth it, but if you do, go ahead and throw support, sentry, and a 360 rotating turret head on there. Number 8. The number 8 score streak that I have for you is the Orbital care package. Now, the reason I put it at number 8 is because you obviously have the chance of getting some good things and some bad. You get actually decent UAVs. If you go ahead and throw on there, I don't have any footage of this because when you get a care package, there's no footage of that. But what I would do if I were you, if you're using care package and you want to, throw in better odds. And the reason I say that is because usually you'll get a buffed UAV or system hack or something like that. Works out pretty well. The number 7 score streak that we have on the list. That comes into the missile strike. This is actually a little bit better than I thought it was when I initially used it, because when I started making this video, I had to go through and use all score streaks to get footage of them, right? So I went in and used the missile strike. Now, first off, the cluster missile, don't ever use that. You're going to see me with a few of these. This right here, there's a cluster missile. I didn't like it at all. It's not very concentrated, and it's weird. But, and here's another cluster missile. I think I might get 1 kill with it, if that. Now, the next one you'll see, I actually split it up and I started using the extra missiles. And it's more like the Trinity rocket from Ghosts or the Hellstorm missile from like MW2, MW3 days. So, I actually don't mind the missile strike. It does take you out of the game, which is a downfall, obviously. We've talked about that before. But if you do use it, what I suggest you use it with is just throw on an extra missile. Actually, me personally, go ahead and throw on 2 extra missiles, okay? I say that because it'll cost you $850, but you're going to have basically a Trinity rocket is what you'll have. Alright, coming in at number 6. This one is the Paladin. Now, the Paladin, yes, you're going to get the most kills with it. Will you reach it every game? I'm not the one to say. It costs $950 right from the get. Now, here's where my take on this is a little cloudy, okay? When you get in the Paladin, it's great. What I don't like about it is that most people, when you call in a Paladin, they want to leave the game. I was fortunate enough to get into a lobby where these guys weren't leaving the game, and I wrecked with this thing, okay? Now, I did throw extra time on this one, and that's actually my preferred module that you put on the Paladin. Because if you're good enough to earn it, you can get the extra 200 points, or whatever it is, to get the extra time. And if the people are going to stay, they're going to stay. You might as well get the extra time. You earn that Paladin. It does wreck. And like I said, you're watching on screen now. I'm kind of watching along with you. This thing, when you get people that stay in the lobby and aren't, even if they're using blind eye, you know where people are spawning. And you could literally just wreck an entire spawn with it. But like I said, I've talked about this before. When you're playing, you know, an objective-based game mode and you want to win, the Paladin takes you out of the game. And if you're getting Paladins, you're likely one of the best players on your team. So it does hurt your team to a certain extent with you getting the Paladin, depending on the map. Now, Terrace, this thing is just amazing. Like, there's not many places for the opponents to hide on there, but there are other maps where people could just hide inside, and they could still protect the, you know, the C flag or the A flag or whatever, or B for that matter. Just depends on the map. So if you want to use the Paladin, play it by map, and don't be surprised if people leave when you call it in. Alright, but the modules that I would throw on the Paladin, like I said, I wouldn't do anything except for extended time, just because if you've earned it, you might as well get the extra time with it. If you want, throw on the sleight of hand, which is a faster reload, so you don't have to wait as long in between your bursts. Alright. So, number 5, that is the assault drone. Now this one, most people don't know about. Like, they get killed by it and nobody wants to use it for some reason, but this thing is a monster, okay? Now, you can do it AI controlled, or you can do it self-controlled. But there is a must with this one, because most people try it and they're like, this thing's terrible, how can I not get kills with it and everybody else does? Watch right there. Rockets. That's what you're missing. It costs, I think it's 300 points for the rockets. But it is a must. If you use the machine gun on that thing, it's terrible. Alright? The rockets are a must. And trust me when I say it's a must. Go ahead and try it in game. Now, I usually throw on AI so that I don't have to control it myself. But if you don't, it wrecks too. But I do it just because, like I said, I want to stay in on the objective. But throw on AI control, rockets, have a good time. Number 4. We are all the way up to the bombing run. Now, this one is a love and hate thing for me. The bombing run is a great streak. I kill myself with it way too often. That's the downside to it. But here is the plus to it. This is the reason I love the Scorestreak. This thing, it doesn't matter if they have blind eye on. If they are in the path of that destruction, it kills them. You're going to see right here, this map was perfect for it. I believe I get a 4 or 5 man feed with the bombing run there. And a lot of those guys were wearing blind eye, and you were able to see that before. This one, also, the reason it's number 4, it needs no modules to make it good. Use it. Number 3, we are on to the Warbird. Now, I like the Warbird a little bit better than the Paladin. It doesn't cost as much to get to, and you could throw Aggressor on, which AI controlled. It goes about by itself. It does its damage for you. You don't have to control it because, you know, when you start out at Upper Prestige, you know that it... that you don't want to control the Warbird. It's a pain in the butt. It's not very accurate. It times out, like, it's just not good. But the AI controlled ones, they are beastly, okay? I don't know why I can't control the streak, but it can. Throw Aggressor on. The Warbird is a great streak. I have it at number 3. Number 2, we are on to the system hack. While they have nerfed this thing a few times actually, it's still one of the most annoying streaks in the game. When I get a system hack called in on me, not a good time. It is bad times for everyone involved, especially if they throw on something like Disable Exosuit. I've talked to people about this before. When they disable your exosuit, how does it make you feel? It feels like you're playing an old Call of Duty. Right there, that flash. I love throwing the flash on there because if I know I'm about to go into like B, where it's hectic, I call that in right before then. Flash, system hack, I'm killing everybody in there. It works well on comeback, and if you haven't tried it out, try it. But like I said, the system hack's so annoying, second best streak in the game, in my opinion. Throw on the flash, disable exosuit, and watch how annoyed the other team gets. Number 1. What's left, guys? It is my UAV, the one that I love. Now, the UAV is such a game-changing streak, and in this game, it's better than ever. Now, in the past games, Orbital VSAT, Blackbird, those things were like OP. Everybody wanted to run those, right? In this game, the UAV is the best streak in the game. I'm sorry, there is nothing close. Look at this, okay? Threat detection, 1, 2, 3. Alright, come over here. I see this other guy up top. I didn't get to take him out there. I knew exactly where he was. And then watch. This guy. You can watch the footage of UAV. It is the best streak in the game. And I am not afraid to say that. Best streak in the game. Slap on support. Slap on threat detection. Slap on extra time. If you are good enough to reach it consistently over and over, take off support and throw on the faster scanning of the radar. That, oh god, this, I don't know how to explain it. When you see this footage, like the speed. So it's speed, extra time, and threat detection. The UAV, best streak in the game. I cannot say that enough. Use it, and if you don't use it now, you should start right now. Everybody on your team, everybody in your clan should use it. That is the end of this episode, gang. I hope you enjoyed this one. It took a lot of time to put it together, and I'm so sorry that it's a late video, but I did want to do it right. I wanted you guys to appreciate it, and I hope mission was accomplished. If there's anything that you'd like to see in a future video, please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, lights out.